Hello, I'm Rebecca Vaughn. It's Sunday, February 23rd. Here's a look at the top stories from your trusted local news source. Hundreds of people packed into the Englert Theater in Iowa City Saturday to listen to Vermont U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders. The event was a part of Senator Bernie Sanders' Fight Oligarchy tour. A lot of the people at the event spoke to said tough losses for Democrats last election still stung, and some people said they were looking for inspiration and hope at the rally. Senator Sanders said he chose to stop in Iowa City because of how close the congressional race between Republican Marionette Miller Meeks and Democrat Christina Bohannon. Miller Meeks won by less than 1,000 votes. Sanders told the crowd if people want to push for a different result in 2026, the best time to get involved is now.
I think it's important to talk to as many people as possible to let them know that it was such a close race. That's the difference between your neighbor coming out or sitting at home because they feel like their vote doesn't make a difference.
Sanders touched on a variety of issues, including Elon Musk and the DOGE task force, the cost of living going up, and access to health care. He also pushed against renewing the expiring 2017 Trump tax cuts, encouraging people in Iowa City to contact Representative Miller Meeks. In response to the rally, a spokesperson for Representative Miller Meeks said, quote, "The purpose of this reconciliation bill is to block the 25% tax hike for the average Southeast Iowa taxpayer that Bernie wants. Iowans know better." Sanders said he hopes his tour will pressure Miller Meeks to switch her stance on the tax cuts. Several Democratic state lawmakers held an event in Dubuque this weekend discussing how several bills would impact diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts in Iowa. Two pieces of proposed legislation would shut down all private and community college DEI offices. Another bill would restrict public colleges from requiring or pressuring students to take courses related to DEI. Close to 75 people listened to a presentation from the League of United Latin American Citizens of Iowa. Then the group had an open discussion aimed at clearing up what diversity, equity, and inclusion means.
DEI is an effort to begin giving more access, to recognize that we have different stories, and to say that you are my neighbor.
One law targeting DEI is already scheduled to take effect in July. That will effectively shut down DEI offices at Iowa's public universities. Dozens of vintage and custom vehicles are on display in Monticello this weekend. It's a part of the 56th O'Reilly Auto Parts Rod and Custom Car Show. This year's show has over 50 vehicles featuring everything from vintage cars all the way to motorcycles. The tradition started back in 1970 after Ralph Muller's mother suggested he put a show together. Now, more than 50 years later, Ralph's brother Galen is keeping the show running.
The show is about the people bringing their cars and their bikes and their trucks and putting them on display. So they're the show. So the people who bring the vehicles.
A new addition to the show this year is special guest Matt Stolzman. Stolzman grew up in Iowa and was born without arms. He won a gold medal in archery at the Paris Paralympic Games and has his own special drag racing car.
I was adopted by this amazing family from Iowa, and they really were a big part of who I am today. They taught me at a young age to adapt to the world versus the world adapting to me, which means I can build race cars, and I can win gold medals, and I can chase the dreams that I've always wanted to live and do.
The show runs again Sunday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Stolzman will be there signing autographs. Thanks for watching. Tune in to TV9 and KCRG.com for the latest updates and breaking news.